Good evening again. This is going to be our third video of the evening. This is still November the 14th, and I'm just going to give you an example of the different levels of an X3 trade. It's an X3 because I took 3 units in this position, and ultimately I added 1 unit at a time. So the first unit that I got into based on this buying coming in from the oversold condition was at 27.20. So that was my entry, right? So as you can see, it didn't go anywhere. As I was mentioning, I initially throw a 4 tick profit target, so it's going to be at 27.21 actually, which is kind of like right there, right? Let me redraw that real quick. Right, it's going to be right on the mid support level. Obviously, it didn't go my way, so I'm going to put in my next entry, and that's going to be at 27.18, which is going to be there. So as you can see, it would have come down. It would have been filled there, and my 9 tick stop, I would have just grabbed it and moved it down, right? When I put in my second bracket order, and this will be much more straightforward to show you on the dome when the market is active, and I'll show you how to do this. I'll be doing it with simulation money and all that kind of stuff, so there would be no pressure on profitability. I'll show you how I collect and move those stops, which is actually it's just as easy, if not a little bit easier than TradeStation. So it came in. So then that my average at that point is going to be 19, which is going to be there, right? I would have been trying to exit for probably starting at 19 and a half and 19 and 3/4. But as you can see, it did not do that. It did that. So I would have entered in a third unit at 16, right? Which is here, right? I would not have been filled until over here, right? So at that point, I've entered in at 20, I've entered in at 18, I've entered in at 16. So my average is 18, right? And so I was looking at and my normally, if my average is going to be 18, I probably would have started getting out at 18 and a half, 3/4, and 19. I may not be exactly on those levels at that point. And that result is going to give me, go ahead, Cyrus. That result is going to give me about a total of a 3 point profit, right? It's going to give me about a 1 point profit per contract that I've done, which was why you see me, if I enter in an X2 or an X3 or an X4 trade, when I come out of that trade, I've got a lot more profit than I started with. I think in this case, because of, and this was today, it was after 8 o'clock, and I was kind of anxious to get out of this trade. I think I moved it down a little bit more aggressively, and I'm not sure if I got out here. I don't remember. I'd have to look and take a look to see actually at what point I got out. Actually, I could look at it over there as well. Yep, I did. So I moved it down a little bit more aggressively. So I started getting out at 18 and 1/4. So where's 18 and 1/4? So I think I got out. I didn't do that immediately. So I think I got out at a unit. I think that's 18 and 1/4. It hit 18.50, but I didn't get out. So first unit was 18 and 1/4, and then I had the unit staggered at 18.50 and 18.75. As you can see, I only got out at 18 and 1/4. So at that point, I was carrying 2 units, right? Now, what that could have done, if I like trading at that particular point in time, I could have taken that 1 unit I got out and re-entered down here. I could have chosen to put it back at 16, where I originally got into that unit at, or I could have put it in, maybe, just made a decision, put it in 1 tick above the low that it had achieved, just in case it was going to come down and double bottom. I didn't do that because I really kind of wanted to get out of this trade today, right? Because it was after 8 o'clock. I was already up buku points, and I was just trying to get out of this trade. But I could have done that if I had done that, I would have even made more money. So, but that would have been a normal type of trading thing I would have done. And so, but I'm still carrying 2 units. And so, so as you can see, then since I was getting out at 18 and a quarter and 1850 and 1875, when it hit 19 and a quarter over here. So then, and I think I even was completely out of it over here. So then I was out of the X3, but I only had 2 units remaining at that particular point in time. Okay. So this will be, I mean, so that's kind of like the chart explanation. The dome explanation, will be add that second part to it, so you can actually see how you manage the entries, the limits, and the stops, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Kevin, any questions related to that? Oh, when this is a bad trade, why you add? There is okay. Let me go back. Have you guys seen me stop out any trade in the last few months? You've right. You've seen me do nothing but walk away with sometimes only five, but sometimes 10, sometimes 20 points, right, in a volatile market. So you might read in some book, don't add to losers. Well, in some trading techniques, then that's a perfectly fine trading rule, right? If you're using some 20-year-old, 30-year-old moving average convergence divergence kind of an entry technique, and you get way up into the price structure, and some of those kind of trades, they go for a long ways, and you let your profits run, right? And if it doesn't go your way, those are rookie traders, or less experienced traders, and then there's just trying to teach them um, you know rookie rules. Well, I'm not a rookie. I've been doing this for a while. So while I do know that I need to have some things going in my direction, right? Either the trend in my direction and then volume, or let it get into an overbought and oversold condition, and then do the volume. Then by adding to the trade, then I improve my average, and I can get out of the trade profitably, and I don't stop out of anything. Now that's because I've got a larger account, and sometimes I'm wiser than other times. There's another professional in the room that will remain nameless, and he says I'm a little bit aggressive, right? So I'm a little bit more aggressive than he is. But I've been trading this technique for some time, right? So and I go in and out of being aggressive. Sometimes I get in a little too aggressive in terms of taking a trade that's a little bit too high in the market structure, and it rolls over on me. A lot of times I get out easily, right? Sometimes I get into a fight, and I don't like to get into fights. I try to avoid them, but I'm not scared to death of them either, right? And if I traded scared money loses, right? If you're scared, then you're going to lose, in general, right? So that's why you're not supposed to trade with your lunch money, right? That's why I over time I'm going to try to educate you to take profits out of your account, set it aside so you feel good, about your overall position. But scared money is not good trading money. Yeah, I that's just the way I do it, Jose. And you don't. That's a technique. I mean, I'll show you on the dome. I don't know. It's something that I've always done. I don't know. It's not that it's not necessarily that unique of a position, I think it's fun. I don't know why I do it, but also if I kind of separate them, I can manipulate them instead of having them gang together, right? Because sometimes you guys will see me, many times, if it's getting kind of, if I don't need to kind of do it, I'll stack them one tick apart, right? But sometimes if I need a little bit more profit, need a little bit more to get me out of that trade with a profit, I will space them, two ticks apart, three ticks apart, right? And if I only get out one, that's fine. It improved my average, and I put another bullet into my gun that I can use if it comes down again. That's kind of my psychology. Any other questions? Yeah, yeah, it'll become much more evident on the dome. Um, there's a lot more I want to, you know, show you guys. Here's the other, and I know we've already, let's see, we've got 9 people in. I know we've had a few that have checked out. We've been going at it for a while now. So here's another thing I'm going to do. I know I want to create some more content for the website with, with this technique and the dome, etc. And so I'd like to put more original content and educational kind of stuff on the dome, or on the website. And I don't think, especially, for the folks that are in the trading room. I mean, we're together for 2 hours in the morning. You're seeing exactly what I'm doing. So I don't think and that's why I think, the viewers of the daily videos, the support videos, have been trailing off, right? Because you're watching me do it. So the other thing I'm going to do for a while is I'm going to stop the daily videos, unless you guys send me an email and say, oh my God, I love them. But what I want to do is invest that time creating some more educational content and some step-by-step stuff for the website, because you guys have seen a couple of names that you don't know, um, and they're just kind of, coming in onesie twosie, and that's kind of fine. But pretty soon I'm going to start inviting, some larger groups in, and I think it would help you guys, but it would help with the other people with updating some of the educational content that's on the website as well. All right, so that's my position. Um, um, Going forward, and I just need to create some time and some energy around creating uh, additional website stuff. So I mean, so the trading room is growing, and I like it. It's going to grow some more, and I haven't really added, you know, uh, you know, done any marketing. Still haven't done any marketing. I mean, I'm just we're just doing it with you guys. I mean, as you can see, guys, I'm making pretty reasonable money every day. But I'll do some. I'm not going to. I'm not going to try to go acquire new customers necessarily. I'm just going to go hit up, some of my previous clients and people I know, and get them in. And so why go start with somebody you don't know if you can start with old friends, right? And that's kind of the idea. Anything else? Any other questions, guys, in this video? I know, right? my uh, my wife says I should have a coffee pot in my office. Maybe one of those single cup things. Maybe I should. I don't know. Either that or a bigger cup with a warmer, huh? Cyrus, you've got too many good ideas. Okay, is that it for now, guys? All right, so I hope you enjoyed the content tonight. I hope this is making sense out of you. You guys have seen me do this for multiple months in a row now. So thank you, Cyrus. So I just want to get you guys up to speed, and if anybody of you need to talk to me, and I know this account size, and it is good questions, right? Account size, stop limits, some of that is really personal kind of stuff. If you want to talk to me about it, that's fine. Would love to talk to you about it, and about maybe making sure you're safe and stay safe and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to talk, send me an email or something, and we'll do that as well. All right. So thank you. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it for now and get these things processing. It's getting a little bit late. I probably won't get them all on the website tonight, but I'll start to get them compressed and I'll get them on tomorrow. Okay. All right. Have a good evening, everyone. See you in the trading room tomorrow morning. All right. Good night.